I realized that the woman that I thought that I was loving, the woman that I thought I knew, and I'm talking about that woman is me. That is the girl from when I was 16 years old. 15 maybe.
So, hi guys, my name we live in my cousin's house. We rented a room in her home, so it's just me and my mom in one room. Basically, I'm sick of not my life, but more so of my placement in life. Since like 9th grade, I go to school every day, and still to this day I go to school every day, and I just don't feel like this is where I'm supposed to be at. I feel like, I don't know, honestly, I just know that I'm not supposed to be here. Like, that's so weird to me because I feel like I should be higher than the average teenager. Like, I shouldn't just be a teacher. I feel like I'm more than that, but I don't want to be cocky, but at the same time, that's really, honestly, truly just how I feel. I like prophesy all these things, but I don't act on my prophecies. I don't know what to do. Now, today is Monday, February 10th, 2020. This summer, I'm not even going to say this year. This summer, Marsai Martin, Michelle Obama, they're going to know who I am because I feel like that's where I'm supposed to be. Like, I shouldn't be hanging with mediocre-minded people. I need to be with real folks out here making history.
The person that I am right now sitting before you on this video, I don't know her. I'm not familiar with her. I wouldn't say that I really respect her. And I would definitely say that I let that person down. That version of myself, I've let her down tremendously. Because I didn't do any of the things that I said I would do at that time. Yesterday morning, I was diagnosed with ADHD. It could become really difficult to want to keep going when things continuously go wrong. Like, I have no motivation at all. That's my biggest setback, is me not having any motivation to do anything ever, because I don't want to have to go through something traumatic for me to realize I gotta get up and, I don't want to have to drown. Like, I'm definitely like up here with the water, but I don't want to, I'm like right here, the water right here, like right before I can't like talk, or I'm right there. I don't want to have to get to the point where it's up here and I'm like, okay, I gotta lock in. Like, I don't want to have to get to that point. So just trying to fight through being above. Deep down inside, I'm like, I gotta get this done. I gotta get this done. I gotta get this done. But in the front up here, it's like it's missing something. Like, some wires aren't like attaching and reacting and tingling. I just really hope that it all works out. It feels really good to know, like, this is just the way my brain works, and it's not me, like, just being a shitty person, if that makes sense. And it helped me a lot with my mental health. Of course, now I have to realize that I do, y'all, it's getting a little dark. I do have to be aware of the fact that I have to work 10 times harder, not just to get my brain on the same pace, on the same track as everybody else, but to get on the same pace and on track as everybody else, because I'm not as privileged. So it's like I have to work 20 times as hard when I thought I had to work 10 times as hard. So that's fun.
Niggas don't even realize I ain't nowhere near. I might be living your American dream, but I'm nowhere near where my dream is, dog. I got aspirations. I got big dreams, motherfucker.
Hello, party people. I don't know about y'all, but my mom raised me not to clean in a dirty kitchen. So we're about to wash these dishes. Hey, what's going on? So I made a simple but protein-packed breakfast. I am officially, finally, actually, genuinely making my return this year and on throughout next year. I don't think I posted since like 2022. And I wanted to do this to kick off the new series that I'm starting on this channel, Idol Over Idol. It's a vlog series and it's basically me becoming the woman and the person that I know that I'm supposed to be, instead of just standing idly by as the days pass along and I do nothing to become who I need to become. That's what I've been doing. I left doing social media in 2022, like right before I started college. If you do not know or you don't know this face, I used to be a content creator back in 2020. You know when all the young girls were on Instagram doing their hair to all the different sounds and stuff? Yes, that was me. And I also branched out into YouTube. I did a little bit of TikTok, but my main platform was on Instagram. And I got up to about 77,000 followers. I do suppress a lot, so my memory is a little hazy, but I know that around that time, I was just really struggling with my identity and getting to a point where I didn't feel like I had to overthink the way that I was behaving or what I was doing, because I was thinking about other people's opinions. But the first half was just for my mental health. I was a young Black girl doing social media, doing sponsorships and stuff like that. So a lot of people knew and could honestly tell that I was running my own account. I was managing everything. And they would a lot of times take advantage of me. They would be like, okay, we could do 3 videos for $150. And I'd be like, okay. Because I didn't know no better. And eventually I kind of got a better understanding. And when I started to actually try to like get them to pay my worth, it was a lot of fight back, and then I was just getting lowballed again, and it made me feel really frustrated. And then of course, being a young girl on social media, it can be very hard. I never actually succumbed to like all of the pressures or anything, because I was always a very strong-minded girl, but it would just always have me thinking like, dang, like, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? And it was just a lot. So I was like, in order to actually find myself, in order to actually get to know myself, understand what I want to do with this platform, how I want to go about doing this, what I even want to do, I need to take some time for myself, with myself, to understand what I'm doing and what I want to do. So at that point, I eventually kind of like slowed down a little bit, and I started to get more into writing, because around the time that I slowed down a little bit, I had reached this really, really bad depressive state, because I was really lonely and I was going through all those things in my head and I didn't really know who to talk to, and I didn't want to talk to my parents because I was always the child that didn't want to be a bother or didn't want to come to my parents with my problems because I felt like they had enough of their own. So I just would keep it out to myself, and so I just got really sad at a point, and I was really lonely. And so the way that I found like solace, the first things that I tried, I wouldn't recommend watching Euphoria. That was a horrible, horrible, horrible decision. Oh my God, if you're depressed, do not go watch Euphoria. Please don't do that. I watched a lot of sitcoms from the 90s, like Moesha, and I loved 101 and The Parkers. I was watching those shows because they made me feel better. It made me feel happier in the moment. Like, it gave me an escape. I was always like a very ambitious girl, and I always loved art and writing and stuff. So I was like, bumping, I write my own sitcom. Like, we're gonna stop. Like, what's gonna happen? So I kind of got a little lighter on the social media world, and I really dived deep into writing and all of that, and learning about screenwriting and learning about all of that. And then I created an entire TV show, and I started to write it. I found mentors through my school, through different random connections. Mind you, I'm doing this, I'm 16 years old. I'm 16, 17 years old. I don't know how I was doing that kind of stuff, but I was. But I was trying to find myself, and I was trying to find something to make me feel more whole and more of me, and I did that through writing. And so writing took up most of my time, and I would go to my dad's barbershop with him, and I would just sit in there and I would just write scripts and scripts and scripts. I wrote like 3 movies that summer, 2 TV shows. Like, I was just writing and writing and writing and writing, y'all. Like, swear to God, I was just going in, like going crazy. And then I started my senior year of high school, and upon starting, I had already talked to myself about it because a lot was going on over the summer, as I just explained. So I was telling myself, like, I'm not gonna worry about boys. You're going to stay strict to the program. You're going to keep working on finding yourself. You're going to get closer to God. You're going to do all these things. You're going to lock in. Like, basically, I'm just like, I'm going to lock in. I'm going to get my career together. Then we get to my first day of school, and the boy that had liked me, he was in my longest class period. And a little backstory on that boy, he texted me on Remind to tell me that he liked me, and I ignored it. Then he saw me at senior orientation, and he was like, oh, take my number and text me. And I'm looking at it. I said, okay. And I called my mom immediately. I said, Mommy, this boy just came to me and gave me his number, told me to text him. What? Oh, do you want me or do I want you? So as you can imagine, didn't text him. And the day that he saw me, he kind of tried to check me about it. And I was like, oh, my bad, like on some light shit, because I didn't really care. But he seemed real lighthearted about it. And I was like, you know, we in the same class. This class gonna be long as shit. He seemed like a cool person. He not ugly. He look cute. So bump it, whatever. I'm gonna just text him. So I texted him and I said, here, text back. And then we started just texting from then. And eventually we got in a relationship. It was shitty. He was a horrible person. Well, not a horrible person. He was a horrible boyfriend. Hopefully he's gotten better and gotten his life together. As you can imagine, it overconsumed my social life, so I didn't really have friends. When I got to college, I didn't go to any parties. I didn't interact with any other man in that kind of way. I made one male friend and another male friend by way of that male friend. I only made a couple of friends. Like, I can count on my hands how many friends I made. And then found out I was getting cheated on. Tried to, horribly and admittedly, I did try to stay because I was like, I don't want to try. I don't want to not try and then regret it later. So we're going to see how this go. Didn't last very long. Then after that, met some really cool guy. Shout out to him. He's very cool, but he ain't shit. And I hope that he's really enjoying his college experience because I know he must be. Because that brother gets around, boo. Met another guy. He was very interesting, but he was very encouraging. He saw my platform and he was like, what? Why would you just, mind y'all, he's in videos, media, all that. He does that. That's his like life. That's his job. And he was like, why would you just leave that? You should get back into it. And I'm like, hell no, because I'm still on my, like, first of all, the boys distracted me. And then I was still working on being a filmmaker, so I'm distracted by school. I'm really indulged in school. I'm trying to get down to be a Delta. I'm doing a lot. So I could give a damn about the social media. Anyway, he was really cool, but he was crazy as hell. You know, when men are broke, they're really mean, and that was his problem. He was broke, and he wasn't broke to the average person. He was broke to himself because he has very big dreams and very big goals, so he's very intense about them dreams and them big goals. But that didn't end up working out because I don't do mean men. So if you're going to be poor and angry, you're going to be poor and angry all by yourself. And that's what that was. I met another boy. Right? Enough of these men. Anyway, met another boy. He was really sweet. He was really nice, but he was crazy as hell. He said that he loved me and he had known me for 7 consecutive days. Known, like, of my existence. That was crazy, wasn't it? I think it was 14 days. It was 7 to 14 days. I don't remember which, you know, suppression. Memory gets hazy after a while, so I don't know. I did go with it because I was like, you know what? I love me too. What's the problem? You love me, I love me, we love each other. You know what? I get it. But don't do that because I realized I didn't like him. So I didn't know him. So broke that off. Then I got down. I'm a Delta. Everybody say woo. After I became a Delta, the boy that I was talking to over the summer that was mean and broke, we ended up rekindling because he was Greek. Mind you, this is the very driven, ambitious young man who does not play about me getting my social media bag. He really wants me to get into it. He thinks it'd be really good for me because I want to be an artist, so why not do my art on social media? That makes no sense. That's what he's saying. I can make money from it. I can do all these things with it. And I don't have to sit around and do all these things that I don't actually want to do because I think it'll get me somewhere when I can just get myself there because at the end of the day, who else can get me there but me? That makes sense, no? So eventually I caved and I got back on the social medias. But it was a very, very slippery slope because I was still trying to figure out how to balance all the aspects of my life. But then he had asked me some very important questions. And he was like, well, all these things that you're doing, like, what do these things do for you? And like, not in like a selfish ass way, but like, you want to do all these things and you're so upset because you're not doing them. But what are you doing to actually get them done? Like, are you doing things for you when you go out and be busy? Are you doing things for the people when you go out and be busy? If you're doing things for other people, you might want to start reprioritizing your time. Like, you need to actually think about what you do every single day and how those things contribute to what your goals are. And then if they're not, then stop doing them and do things that will actually contribute to your goals. That took me a long time to understand. I'm a very selfless person. So it took me a very long time to kind of get what he meant by that or accept what he meant by that. And eventually I understood it. Eventually I took it more seriously after he would lecture me and lecture me and lecture me and lecture me and lecture me, lecture me, lecture me. Anyway, here we are. And honestly, you do have him to thank. So shout out to that man. I've really just been yapping. These YouTube videos will not be scripted. My Instagram videos are scripted because they're short form videos and I'm a yapper. So unless you want to be sitting there for 3 to 5 minutes per video, I got the scripted to really reel me in. But on here, you get the real raw me. You get to see everything I got going on right now. So yeah. Right now, I realized that the woman that I thought that I was loving, the woman that I thought I knew, and I'm talking about that woman is me. That is the girl from when I was 16 years old. 15 maybe. That's the girl that I've grown to love and know. The person that I am right now sitting before you on this video, I don't know her. I'm not familiar with her. I wouldn't say that I really respect her. And I would definitely say that I let that person down. That version of myself, I've let her down tremendously because I didn't do any of the things that I said I would do at that time. And that's why I have the Student of Life series on my short form platforms, because the best teacher is life, because God will use life experience to teach you lessons that he wants you to understand when you're not really getting it, when he's trying to be nice. I'm trying to get back to that girl because that's the girl that I know and love. And this new person, I love me, so sweet, but it's just not me. It's someone that I became to protect myself from failure and from being burdensome or being too much. It's someone that I created to protect myself from the craziness of life, but it's not who I am truly supposed to be, and it's not the woman that God has called me to be. At least I don't believe so. There was a video that I made a couple of years ago around that time when I did have that mindset, the person that I say is my purest self. I try to watch it to remind myself of like what I'm doing this for and why I'm going so hard, you know? But I'm just trying to get back to her. I'm trying to get back to me, and I'm trying to come out of being a person who is living in defense. So I'm doing a lot of things. Right now, I'm using my journal. If you don't know, I do have a guided journal, or a journaling workbook, that as I like to call it, because it's not some simple dimple little shit. It's really for inner work. If you really, really want to get to know yourself and love yourself and understand things that you can do to change your life around and do better for yourself. And I call it cinematic journaling. You write your life as a movie. I wouldn't say you're romanticizing your life, because it's not always cute. It's a digital journal, like it's on my iPad, but I have no more storage on there. So, and I like writing on paper. So I use the template from my iPad and I write it instead in this journal. And I started on some scenes. It's about a 30-day process, and I think I'm on like day 5. So I've been doing that to get a better understanding of myself and my experiences, because I'm a lot better when I actually know why something's happening. Fuck knowing that it is happening, that's pretty clear. But why is this going on, and how can I fix it? How can I do better? How can I counteract this to grow? And after I complete this journal on actually figuring out who Amaya is and what Amaya wants to do to better herself, I'm gonna start reading the other books that I purchased. Okay, so I'm showing you on my phone because it is my iPad just died, but this is what the journal looks like. That's the cover of the journal. It's literally like writing a movie. So right there, you would write like the exposition, which is like the beginning of your story. And then afterward, you start to break down those like things, those little blurbs that you wrote about, you break them down further into scenes. And then you kind of do something like this, where you break down the scenes play by play, and then you explain the context behind each thing happening. I think I'll be nice enough to read some beats to you guys right now. So when I say that you make the scene go play by play, I have a beat sheet right here that I wrote in my journal based off of this template. And the first beat, which is like action or reaction, is that I was watching a Billie Eilish Tiny Desk, because at the time I really loved Billie Eilish because I was very sad and she kind of made me feel, you know, really seen in her music. And she got to a song, Everything I Wanted, and she was explaining how the song was about her relationship with her brother and how he was the person that she could talk to, like he was her rock. And as the song played, I started to cry. And again, you can see like what happened and why it happened, and then what happened and why it happened. So I didn't really think about this until I wrote it down, because at the time I was just like, damn, this is really sad, because it's like, oh my God, she has somebody, he loves her, and it's so sweet. But again, hindsight is 20/20. So in hindsight, I'm thinking that I started crying not just because I was alone and I wanted to have somebody with me, I wanted to have that rock, that person I could talk to, but me and my brother used to be very, 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 very close. And then he discovered these things called girls, and it was like I completely disintegrated from his mind, and it was just kind of, it wasn't fuck me, but it was kind of like, oh, okay, like she's here too, she's cool. And I never had many friends. I definitely didn't have guy friends. And so when we would always move, it would just be me and my siblings who I had consistently. So, and it was always my brother, because my sister was very distant. She was older, you know, she didn't really care about no damn kids. So he was like my person, he was my friend. And when he found out about girls, I lost that. And so I didn't really have anybody, and I was very alone. And so I wasn't just crying because I was crying because I was like, oh, like her and her older brother are close. Me and my older brother aren't very close anymore. And even now, thinking about the circumstances around my older brother, it makes me kind of sad sometimes, but it's okay. Then after that, I kind of just sat in my feelings, and I wrote that, because I always would just sit in my feelings and just like let shit be and just be sad, like, oh, like low-key kind of like a woe is me kind of thing. And when I wrote the reason why, like the subtext to me just sitting in my feelings, because that was the resolution to the scene, I said that I knew that my loneliness was something I'd built to not be a bother or a problem or burdensome to others. So I had to deal with that, because I knew that me being lonely wasn't always just like, oh, woe is me, I don't have any friends. It was because I didn't make friends. I didn't keep friends that lasted long because I thought that I had to, because I knew I would be leaving them. Like, I don't feel like I should be making friends or building close bonds with somebody and I know I'm about to move to a whole other state or a whole other school in the next couple of months. So I was purposefully alone. I didn't really talk to my parents because I didn't want to bother them with my problems. I was purposefully not sharing my emotions. Like, so I will always say like, girl, it's your fault you don't got no friends. It's your fault you don't got no friends. It's your fault you don't got nobody to talk to, because you purposefully isolate yourself to make life easier for everybody else, but you make your life hard. So you just gotta sit with that. And then a part of the template and a part of the journal is you talk about the turning point so that you can understand what triggered that emotion. And what triggered my sadness in this scene was Billie saying that her brother was her rock and someone that she had to talk about everything to, because I had a lot of things going on mentally and I didn't have that. So that kind of just made me feel like, damn, I don't have that. And it really made me realize it and like soak it in, because at first my depression wasn't even that bad before this. I was just kind of like going through the motions like, yeah, I'm sad and I don't got nobody, but it's fine. But when she said it, I was like, damn, people are actually out here with somebody to really talk to, and like they actually have somebody to like talk to about their feelings, and they have somebody to like confide in, and I don't have that. And I really wish I did. Like right now I really wish I did, especially listen to the music. And she's saying like, as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. Hey, hey, don't wanna lie here, but you can learn to. Hey, hey, if I could change the way that you see yourself, you wouldn't wonder why you're here. They don't deserve you. And I had nobody to tell me that. Like, that shit made me so sad. Anyway, and I wrote why this scene matters. Because again, you're building a story to really understand your overall character arc, which is why it's called the Character Development Guide. So why I decided to write this scene, or why I decided to pick this memory to like write about and indulge in, it was because in the story that I'm telling, or in this like experience that I'm having, because the whole point of this first act, and you'll learn about that in the journal too, is to talk about my relationship with myself and my relationship with other people. So this scene matters because it shows my mindset before I entered my senior year when I met my first boyfriend. It shows that I was wanting somebody to confide in, I was wanting that emotional support, and I was longing for that relationship despite me saying I didn't want that, because I wanted to grow for myself. Deep down inside, I really didn't want it. So when the opportunity was in front of me, I decided to take it without really thinking about what opportunity I was taking on, or without really valuing myself so much in the decision, and more so valuing the fact that I just wanted somebody to confide in. And truthfully, I didn't get that because that boy was 17, 18, maybe. Well, I think he was 17 years old. He couldn't be my rock for nothing, boo. He barely knew me for real. We were really young. He had his own stuff going on. I could not depend on him for emotional support. So me getting into a relationship with that in mind, and remembering this moment and where I was probably coming from when I was trying to not be alone, it's like you can't depend on that boy to help you with your problems. You can't depend on that boy to be there for you in that way because he's a kid. Y'all should just be having fun. That's really heavy. Like, that's a lot for a young man to have to endure. So I think that that's where I went wrong in that relationship. And me writing this helped me see that. And it helped me have a little more understanding of how I approach all my relationships even now. And the fact that if I do choose to isolate myself, I have to be okay with the fact that I have to hold me down. Or if I don't want to do that, maybe start being open with people and telling them about my problems, and actually calling people and talking to my family every day. So that's what my journal does. And that's what my journal has been doing for me. And hopefully other people are able to get it, learn about it, know about it, and do that for themselves. But we're gonna move on to my other journals, or my other books. So after I finished that journal, to get some deep introspection on understanding who I am and what's going on with me, I want to read this book. Because in order to be an artist, in order to stand out, you have to be yourself. But you can't be you if you don't know the hell you are. How do I weaponize all the things about me and I don't even know what weapons I got? You know? So that's what, this journal is for. But this is supposed to kind of better help you get your artistry, I think. It's called The Creative Act, A Way of Being. So I think it's about people being creative, and I want to read more about creation and creating. So that's why I want to read this book. I also have this book. It's called We Can Do Hard Things. This probably will come before this, because this will be just an expounding on what I get out of this. So after I do this and I have a better understanding of myself, I'm going to read this book to get a better understanding of all the questions that we have about ourselves, using the context that I've gotten from everything I learned about myself in this journal. So it answers, why am I like this? Who am I really? How do I know when I've lost myself? Each chapter is based on a really dire question that we all want to know. And I started reading it, and I definitely can tell that this is written by some gay white woman. And she's a millennial. That should help you understand a lot about the book. And then I have this. This is apparently that girl when it comes to owning and loving yourself and your artistry. Stamped by a Tampa queen. because I'm from Tampa too, but don't. I'm working out. I'm in the gym. The abs are coming in. The butt is getting bigger by the day. Super excited. Can't wait. Should be, I should really be eating them up by graduation. You see what I'm saying? But the abs should be coming together around Valentine's Day. Shout out to that. Outside of the gym, I'm getting closer to God. This is my regular journal. Because you see, I have the main character guide journal because I like writing. One day the main character guide will be physical, but I just told you I ain't got no money. Did you not just hear me? Anyway, then we have this journal. This is my day-to-day where I usually put my content ideas and just anything that I want to talk about. This is my whatever the fuck journal. This is I'm cussing. I got the Bible in my lap. Dang. Said I was going to work on that. This is my Bible study journal. When I study the Bible, this is where I write all of the things I've learned. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting closer to God. I'm getting my body and my fitness and my wellness together. I'm getting my mental together. I'm working on my mind, body, and my spirit right now. That's the journey that we're on. Idle over idle. I'm trying to become the woman that I want to be. And I'm trying to get out of the woman that I was, who wasn't really who I am for real. That's my new content. That's my YouTube channel. Come back tomorrow. I'm a liar. Don't come back tomorrow. I won't be here. Come back in a couple of days to a week. Stay black and stay blessed.